What would you do if the one person you sacrificed everything for turned their back on you for a stranger's approval? Emily stood in the quiet of her small apartment, the city's hum a faint pulse beyond the window. At 28, she carried the weight of a life built on promises to her younger sister, Lily, who was now 19 and chasing dreams at a prestigious college. Their parents had passed when Emily was 20, leaving her to raise Lily alone. Every late shift at the accounting firm, every skipped vacation, every penny saved was all for Lily's tuition, her future. Emily had no regrets. At least, not until that night. Lily's call came late, her voice sharp and unfamiliar. I'm staying at Jake's this weekend. Don't wait up. Jake, the boyfriend. A 22-year-old with a leather jacket and a smirk Emily distrusted from the moment she met him. She tried to warn Lily, gently, about moving too fast, about losing herself in someone who seemed to care more about his image than her heart. But Lily had laughed it off, her eyes bright with the kind of infatuation that blinds. Weeks passed, and Lily's calls dwindled. Emily would text, asking about classes or exams, only to get one-word replies or none at all. Then came the dinner. Emily had planned it for weeks, a rare night off, to reconnect with Lily, to hear about her world. She'd cooked Lily's favorite, lasagna, and set the table with care. But Lily arrived late, Jake in tow, uninvited. He sprawled across the couch, scrolling his phone, while Lily barely touched her food. When Emily asked about her midterm grades, Lily snapped, "God, Em, can you not interrogate me for once? Jake says you're too controlling." The words cut deeper than Emily expected. Controlling? She'd given up her 20s for Lily, her social life, her dreams of grad school, her savings. She swallowed the hurt, forcing a smile, but Jake's chuckle from the couch burned in her chest. Later, as they left, Lily didn't hug her. She just muttered, "I'll call you," and followed Jake out the door. The breaking point came at the family reunion. Emily had driven 3 hours to their aunt's house, expecting Lily to join her. They'd always gone together, honoring their parents' memory. But Lily texted at the last minute. "Jake says family stuff is boring. I'm out." Emily stood alone in the crowded room, aunts and cousins asking where Lily was, their pitying glances like salt in a wound. She drove home in silence, her hands trembling on the wheel. That night, she made a decision. If Lily wanted to cut her off, she'd learn what it meant to stand on her own. Emily had been paying Lily's tuition directly to the college, a sacrifice that left her with little for herself. The next payment was due in 2 weeks. She logged into the account, her cursor hovering over the transfer button. Her heart pounded. This wasn't just money, it was years of her life, poured into Lily's future. But Lily had chosen Jake's approval over their bond. Emily canceled the payment. She didn't tell Lily. She waited. Days later, Lily called, her voice frantic. "Em, the college sent me a notice. My tuition's overdue. What's going on?" Emily stayed calm, her tone even. "I stopped the payment, Lily. You made it clear you don't need me, so I figured you'd handle it yourself." Silence stretched across the line, then a choked sob. "You can't do this. I'll get kicked out." Emily's chest tightened, but she held firm. "You wanted independence. Here it is." Lily's world unraveled. She showed up at Emily's apartment the next day, eyes red, Jake nowhere in sight. "I didn't mean it," she stammered. Jake said you were holding me back, that I needed to be my own person." Emily listened, her face unreadable. "And what do you think, Lily? Not Jake. You." Lily broke down, tears spilling as she admitted she'd been swept up, desperate to impress Jake, to fit into his world. She hadn't realized how much she'd hurt Emily until the tuition notice hit. Then came the twist Emily hadn't expected. Their aunt, Clara, called. Clara had been at the reunion, had seen Emily's pain. I talked to Lily last week, Clara said. She was a mess, Emily. Not just about the tuition. Jake's been pushing her to drop out, to travel with him instead. She didn't know how to tell you she was scared of him. Emily's anger faltered. Scared? Lily hadn't mentioned fear. She'd only talked about Jake's charm, his plans. Emily felt a pang of guilt. Had she misread her sister's silence as betrayal when it was a cry for help? She invited Lily over again. This time, Lily came alone, no trace of the defiance she'd worn like armor. They sat on the couch, the same one Jake had lounged on, and Lily poured out the truth. Jake had been controlling, not Emily. He'd mocked her studies, her family, her reliance on Emily's support. I thought I loved him, Lily whispered, but I was just afraid of losing him. I didn't see I was losing you. Emily's resolve softened, but she didn't rush to fix everything. Lily, I've given you everything I had. When you pushed me away, it broke something in me. I need you to understand that. Lily nodded, tears falling. I do. I'm so sorry, Em. They talked for hours, rebuilding a bridge that had nearly collapsed. Emily agreed to reinstate the tuition payments, but with a condition. Lily had to end things with Jake and focus on herself. The next week, Lily did it. She broke up with Jake, her voice steady as she told him she was done living for his approval. Emily watched from a distance, proud but cautious. Lily started calling again, not just for help, but to share her life, her real life, not the one she'd curated for someone else. Emily felt the weight of her sacrifice lighten, just a little. She'd always been there for Lily, but now Lily was learning to be there for herself. In the quiet of her apartment, Emily looked at the stack of bills on her table, the same one she'd clutched when she made her stand. She'd taken a risk, one that could have shattered them both. But sometimes, love meant letting someone fall so they could learn to stand. She didn't regret it. Not anymore.